So if you're looking for a home with a view in the Portland metro area, then the Mt Tabor neighborhood might be the place for you. Mt Tabor contains a beautiful park with stunning views, and houses here situated on the side of a volcano cinder cone. In this video, I'll show you what it's like to live in the Mt Tabor neighborhood. We'll explore local amenities and discuss why you might want to call this place home. So please join me as we dive into the Mt Tabor neighborhood in Portland, Oregon. So hello, I'm David Backholer and welcome to Mt Tabor in southeast Portland. Now it's a beautiful sunny day here and we're treated to some truly spectacular views. Now if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm a real estate broker based in Portland and I specialize in helping people relocate to Oregon. So if you have questions about real estate or need help deciding which cities or neighborhoods are right for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Now let's get started and take a tour around the Mt Tabor neighborhood and of course the iconic park. But first let's take a look at the map so we know where we're located. Okay, so let's take a look at the map to show you where Mt Tabor is located. And then you'll see where it's southeast Portland. So it's down here where this red dotted line is circled. So if you know where Laurelhurst is, it's very, very close to Laurelhurst. In terms of Mt Tabor itself, you'll see a large proportion of the land in Mt Tabor is taken up by the park, and this is that volcanic cinder cone. So it's quite mountainous, very steep. That means along the east-hand side, you'll have some fantastic views looking east towards Mount Hood. And then on the west-hand side overlooking the reservoirs, you'll see the downtown area. And you'll have some beautiful houses, especially along this east side here, with some fantastic views. In terms of bars, restaurants, cafes, shops, Burnside, Belmont, Hawthorne, and Division. Those are on the edge of Mt Tabor, and then you've also got some more kind of on the outskirts on 82nd and down in Powell as well. But you have quite a few things right on the edge of Mt Tabor. Coquine, I haven't been there. It's a kind of a restaurant right in the middle of the neighborhood. Supposed to be very highly rated, so I need to check that out. But overall, it's a nice residential neighborhood with the park obviously takes up a large proportion of the land. It's a big feature of the neighborhood. Okay, so let's dig into the video. So one of the key features of the Mt Tabor neighborhood is the stunning Mt Tabor Park. The park is built on an extinct volcanic cinder cone and it offers some of the best views of the city. The park has an extensive network of walking trails, so it's a favorite spot for hikers, runners, and anybody else looking to enjoy the outdoors. And then the summit of Mt Tabor offers spectacular views of downtown Portland and the West Hills. And on clear days, you can even see Mount Hood and Mount St. Helens. Now, one of the most striking features of Mt Tabor Park is the historic open reservoirs, and these were constructed in the early 20th century. They provide a picturesque setting but also play a crucial role in Portland's water supply system. Now, many of the houses in the neighborhood are located on the side of the mountain and they have some spectacular views, and you can just about make out Mount Hood in the far distance. Now, walking through Mount Tabor, you'll notice a variety of home styles from historic craftsmen to fairly modern newer homes. The average in home size is typically from around 1,800 to 3,500 square feet, which is around 3 to 5 bedrooms, so you'll find a real mix here. Now, not all of the homes are on the side of the mountain. There's also the flatter area down below, and that's an easier walk too. Now, later in the video, we'll talk more about new homes in this neighborhood, and we will of course go into detail about how much it costs to purchase a home in Mount Tabor. Now, Mount Tabor is conveniently located near several shopping and dining options. Belmont Street and Hawthorne Boulevard are just a short walk or bike ride away, and they offer a variety of cafes, restaurants and grocery stores. And you'll also find plenty of cozy coffee shops and unique retail stores nearby too. So if schools are important to you, then Mount Tabor is highly rated. The Mount Tabor neighborhood is served by the Portland Public Schools District, and that includes the Franklin High School, which according to greatschools.org is rated 7 out of 10. The Mount Tabor Middle School has a Great Schools rating of 8 out of 10. And then the very highly rated Glencoe Elementary School has a Great Schools rating of 9 out of 10. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more content like this, please do consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. This helps boost my channel and allows more people to find my content. And don't forget, I'm a real estate broker based here in the Portland metro area. So if you have questions on what it's like to live in Portland, please feel free to reach out to me. Okay, so now let's take a drive through the Mount Tabor neighborhood so you can get a real feel of what it's like to live here. Okay, so let's spend a few minutes looking at properties and also finding out how much it costs to purchase a home in the Mount Tabor neighborhood. Now, I have on my website roughly the outline of Mount Tabor. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty close approximation to the actual neighborhood itself. And you'll see that there's a real range in prices here. On some of the outskirts, you've got prices down as low as $365, $499. I'm not sure what you'll get for that. It's probably going to be a fixer or in need a little bit of work. You should plan to spend around $600,000 as an entry-level price point in this neighborhood. If you've got a house with a view, then it can certainly go up to the 800s. And if it's a larger home with spectacular views, you can find yourself spending over $1 million. So the neighborhood really has quite a wide range in prices. So I'll show you a few different examples. Starting on the east side of Mount Tabor, and if you remember, right around here, this is going to be very steep, and you're more likely to find some a mix of houses from small, medium, and large, and many of them will all have views. So let's take a look at this one here that's listed for $619,000. So let's see, it's a 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, almost 2,200 square feet. And typically when I see a house that's 2,200 square feet, I would expect it to be either 3 or 4 bedrooms. So it might well be that it has some unfinished space that could be modified to add additional living rooms. But you can see nice, nice exterior, big garage, and you can start to even see from this photo that there is potentially some views in the surrounding area. It looks like it's a steep, so it's one of those side streets, so the side view might have some nice views. But kind of a cute and charming house, some views in the far distance. Yeah, typical kind of living room. Yeah, charming, nice clean house. Slightly dated kitchen, but nothing too bad. But overall, pretty much move-in ready. Here's what I'm talking about. Maybe this is some space in the basement, which is extra living space, or an ADU in this case. So this is something that you could potentially rent out and have some extra income every month, or do short-term rentals. But that's why this one has that bit of extra space. But yeah, nice, charming backyard. And this is really close to the park. There'll be a steep walk up the hill to the park, which is right where these trees are, but in fantastic proximity. Okay, so yeah, you can get an idea of, is this house right here? This is a steep street, and then the park is right behind, and then facing, kind of down the street is where those beautiful views will be as well. So overall, yeah, a nice looking house. Almost 620,000. Property taxes are around $7,900 a year, but overall, a solid house. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, so the second house I want to look at is this one right down here, very close to the reservoir. So there's walking paths that you can get into the park through there's many different paths into the park. But again, steep hill. So this one is 795,000. It's 3 bedrooms. It's 2.5 bathrooms. And it is 2,600 square feet, so it's larger than that first one we just saw. It does have an extra bedroom and an extra half bathroom. Property taxes are around $9,000 a year. So yeah, charming exterior, nice landscaping, slightly raised. Yeah, very nice exterior to the property. Got some original wood features in the house, beautiful fireplace. I love those windows. Some built-ins. Wow, when was this built? It's probably the 1942. So got some of those original features to the house. Again, the kitchen, it needs maybe a cosmetic update, but overall, large kitchen, great breakfast nook. Bathroom, it's got some original characteristics there overall, but overall this should give you a pretty good idea on what you can get for this type of money. 795,000, 2,600 square feet in this neighborhood. But let's look at one final option. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that the prices in this neighborhood have quite a big variance from 600,000 is really the starting price. You'll find a few lower than that, but they'll need quite a bit of work. 800,000 is probably a more you'll find a larger family home, 3 or 4 bedrooms. But you can spend more than that. You can spend 1.7 million if you want to. And let's take a look at what you can get for 1.7 million in this neighborhood. And this is definitely not a typical price point in this neighborhood. The average price in Portland is around 550,000. So for this amount of money, I would expect great views, a large home, really high-end finishes throughout. So I don't want you to feel like this is the price you have to pay to buy a property in Portland. It's not true at all, but I feel like it's good to show you the high, medium, low price points. All right, so let's see. This one's 1.7 million. Built in 1968, property taxes are around $15,000, $15,600. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and it's large. It's 5,200 square feet, which is why, it's double the size of the one we just saw. Beautiful house. I can tell this one's going to have some great views. From the street, it looks fairly modest. It doesn't look like it's too extreme, but I would expect, because it's quite steep, you're going to have a very large rear footprint to the property. But yeah, beautiful front entranceway, great views, nice high ceilings, very open plan. and it's all about that greenery. You can see very high-end finishes in the kitchen, beautiful wall cabinets, beautiful countertops. But yeah, very attractive, green, very light and bright home. Spacious rooms, extra living room down here as well. But yeah, overall, I want to get to the outside. A beautiful bathroom, beautiful floating cabinets there. It's even got an indoor basketball court. This is what I wanted to see. It's all about the outdoor space, especially if you're on the side of this mountain. So you've got green trees, beautiful large front rear deck. So overall, that gives you an idea of what $1.7 million can get you. It's a large house. It's 5,200 square feet. So if you're interested in Mount Tabor and want to learn more about similar neighborhoods, I recommend you watch my video on Laurelhurst, which is another fantastic community in Portland. Now please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and do reach out to me if you need help with your move to the Portland metro area. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.